They've played it for so long now. The players know exactly what's expected of them, and we know what the Irish method is. Whether it's pretty or not doesn't make any difference. They play it quickly. They cross it at every opportunity, and they put so much pressure on defenders, you know, that they have a difficult situation to recover. When those balls are coming out and headed out now, we haven't sufficient players in midfield to keep it out. Point that Trevor made, but the manager might put that right at half-time. But they've done wonderfully well with their method. Could you tell me what England's method was now? I mean, is it Beardsley's cunning? I mean, is Platt meant to go on through balls? We haven't had time to show any kind of
sort of cohesion,
pattern,
really.
Any kind of pattern, because they have dominated the tactics of the game. They've dominated. We've responded to it.
Well, Jack Charlton gets stick for that method, doesn't he? Constantly, from the press, etc. But it works, doesn't it?
But I think we did make the point in the World Cup that it's not just a case of hitting long balls and everybody's charging in. I mean, the midfield, I said at the time, I believe, was as good a midfield as that was in that tournament, and certainly as good as... I think that they're very underrated as footballers as well. When they do get that ball down, they cause havoc again here tonight, and they've made a lot of opportunities.
Let's remind ourselves then of how England went ahead, and it was unfortunate for the Irish, although, as you said, it was a poorish header out.
It was indeed. I mean, when Pearce hit this ball, I think Terry and I looked at each other, that's the end of the attack. It was a nothing ball, but Staunton's bad header gave Dixon the chance, and then in trying to recover, of course, you see how the luck of the Irish can just disappear for a moment. I mean, he actually destroyed him. There was no luck. Look, that was the moment when I thought, oh, that ball's no good.
There's nothing there. The Sheedy's behind him. I don't know if there was a call, but he could have just let it go through to him. He slashes at the ball, which can basically go anywhere on that angle, and that's the only way he would have scored.
And there's nothing a keeper can do about that, is there? You can't legislate for that one.
He had the shot covered. And
well, here's the equaliser now, and Quinn had done so much work up till this point, and it was nice to see him get the equaliser. Really, wasn't it? The
question is, get the ball in the middle if you can.
Well, he doesn't stand on ceremony. He puts it straight in, and Adams is lost there, and he just tries to get back, and it's too late.
Yeah. Bad defensive play, wasn't it?
He got too tight. Yeah, he was looking. I think he was looking at the ball at that moment as the ball was played in. He was ready to come up, and he's lost him there, scrambling to get back and. Punished very well, if I may say.
1-1, and as I say, we have a match. Now, we'll hear more from you in a moment, but meantime, let's hear from Paul Gascoigne and Liam Brady, because they're down there with David Davis, I believe.
Paul, your verdict on a breathtaking match, really. Yeah, it's such a fast pace, and it's unbelievable. I think England haven't had time to settle down at all. Ireland been bombarded and been doing really successful at it. But I think England are coping not too bad with it.
Are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, it's really good. It's exciting. Been on my towards the edge of the seat behind the lads, like.
Defensively, England are having a few problems, aren't they, with Quinn particularly?
Yeah, he's doing very, very well, and his goal, I mean, an absolutely fantastic goal, because I think, like I said before to Liam, I think Dave was expecting him to really volley it, and he was waiting for it, and the side foot and the bottom goal. For us, it was a fantastic goal.
Liam Brady, the Irish almost seem to be inspired by the English goal.
Well, yes, it was a little bit fortunate, the English goal, really, because it wasn't exactly as if England were dominating the match. It was a hopeful cross and maybe a bad defensive header down and a shot by Dixon, and I'm sure was deflected by Steve Staunton. But we picked up after that. Our game is pretty basic, straightforward, get the ball up there and then play from there. But I must say, when we did get the ball up there, we have really played a good deal of football, and we've given England defence all sorts of problems.
And Kevin Moran hit the woodwork as well?
Yes, yeah. It's a good side foot shot from Paul McGrath. That I think it was Pearce knocked it off the line, I might be wrong. And Kevin had to hit it quickly and hit the outside of the post, never really going in. But having said that, we fought our way back into the game and thoroughly deserved the equaliser. And a good ball from Paul McGrath, and as Paul said, a really nice side foot. Really surprised Seaman. He was expecting a hard shot there.
What will Jack Charlton be saying to the guys in the dressing room now, do you think?
Just keep it going, play the same way we're playing. You can see the England defence are having problems there. Two men are attacking the one ball, and the ball's dropping down, and the Irish players are picking it up and attacking from there. I should think Jack is very happy at this moment.
Paul, what do you think Graham Taylor should be saying? What would you hope he's saying?
I think the lads haven't got to panic. Certainly I'm not going to panic. The work rate of of both teams is tremendous. I think just looking at the first turf, Ray Houghton's been a little bit dangerous for Ireland. You know, when they have played, he's the man they've been looking for, and a couple of times he's put some great passes in, and he was nearly in near the end there.
A quick word about your own fitness.
Great, coming on well. I've trained for the last few days. gradually been doing sit-ups and strengthening up the hernia.
It's conceivable you could be here on semi-final day.
I would like to think so. Yeah, I'm pushing that way. You know, I'm not going to. You know, if I'm not fit, I'm not going to play the game. But hopefully, you know, I will be.
And a final word about Italy.
I don't read the papers.
So, I mean, is it possible?
Sorry?
Is it possible?
What?
To move to Italy?
I don't read the papers.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Liam. Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much.
You'll still be with Spurs for the semi-final, Terry, I suppose,
I
won't
think
you?
the odds are just with me that I've got a chance of being there, I think. If not, we'll perhaps swap jobs. And
It would be a mistake there. What about the deal? Is it still on as far as you're concerned?
as far as I'm concerned, it is.
It is.
Yes.
Okay,
Very
but you
much.
haven't heard definitely yet.
Not definite, no.
Let's talk about this match once again. One of the outstanding performances in that half was Paul McGrath, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's an astonishing player, isn't he? Because he's got dodgy knees, apparently. And,
I wish I had them.
Absolutely, yeah.
doesn't train
I think,
very much.
I think they've rebuilt him, I think.
Must have
Because
done.
he's a terrific athlete. And I mean, he does have a lot of rest. He doesn't train all the time. And you expect he's going to be sitting back there for Platt's runs and he's going to see him off. But it's the opposite way around. He's taking him that way all the time and causing a lot of trouble. And he was the guy that nearly scored when Beardsley it was, who just took it off the line.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a look at that now. But the extraordinary thing is pace, McGrath, too, isn't it?
He's an outstanding athlete, and you don't lose that, you know, even whatever the condition of your knees is. This was the chance that he had. It was a bad punch out, and he was very cool in that position, but look how Beardsley had to stretch. And here, that's Moran, boom, and the outside of the post.
Yeah, all backs to the wall, chaps.
Peter Beardsley who actually got it off the line. Another angle coming up now. And this punch, I mean, Seaman, however good a goalkeeper you are, when you're playing an international like this, when it's a tight choice, you're nervous. Nerves and obstruction brought that about. And I bet he could give Peter Beardsley a big hug for keeping a clean sheet and the post.
You normally do, so you might as well.
It shows the ground a modern player covers, though, doesn't it, with Beardsley back on his own goal line.
Yes. You have to be an athlete to exist in a modern game like that. And quite honestly, in the first half, tactically, I think the Republic have won the battle. They've won it physically. They've had more players in the middle of the field, which is why those balls, when they were headed out, you know, went back again, and we could not relieve the pressure. England couldn't do it, and for that period of about 2.5 minutes, which is coming up now.
Pressure, as you mentioned it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we can look at it now and talk about it as it happens. I mean, it was constant there for about 10 minutes.
A lot of first-time balls, they don't give anybody a chance to settle. It looks as if we're getting it away. Now it looks as if England away, but a bad clearance from defence. There you are, there's the tackle, back again. Keep the pace going. Look at that ball through there.
Yeah, he collects that well,
In fact, they're hastening England's clearances, which is causing them able to pick up the ball again, because they keep that pace going.
How do you combat it, Terry? I mean, I suppose you could play the offside game, could you? But
a lot of teams, Arsenal do against it, and they compete well. Liverpool do with it well as well, because they also keep their back four very close together. We've only got three, and they're putting our two advanced fullbacks out of the game by putting it over the top of them all the time. What's very interesting for me now is as Trevor said, if he would change anything, if Graham would take one of the centre backs out and pull his fullbacks in to make four, which will give a quicker support.
One of the things, you asked what could be done about it, one of the things is that instead of trying to get the ball away in that direction, as they're doing unsuccessfully, it will be when anybody does get a ball down there to turn round, feint to play it and turn round and give it to your goalkeeper.
Start all over again.
Yeah,
time at a time.
Take the time, soak up that pressure. But you see, Ireland were dictating the pace in the game.
Yeah, but I've got a problem if you see those shots there, that the white shirts are coming out to the edge of the 18-yard box and Wright is staying in there, so therefore they can't play any offside game where like the likes of Adams and Walker would normally do.
I wouldn't want to see him play offside, quite honestly, in that. I think it is a question. You imagine that against a German defence. One of them would catch it on his chest, take it down, and turn and just roll it to the goalkeeper. I'm not joking.
Not tonight, I don't think.
No,
not against the Irish
Why
team.
not?
Would not
Why not? The ball's the same.
They haven't got time.
And there's no one between those players and their own goalkeeper.
Most countries have exactly the same problem.
Well, you can see what's happening with your tactics.
I'll tell you what, the continental teams are not getting any success against Ireland in the last, I think 47 games they've lost.
Well, they've lost 1 in 22 against Italy, 1-0 in the World Cup.
But we're talking at the moment about how we take that kind of pressure off. You know, what do? Belt it into touch, play offside. I'm saying come back as against trying to kick it out, that's all. another means of doing it.
Right at the start of the game, you said Barnes is starting more positively than you've seen him in international, and
Yes.
then it stopped, didn't it? But that's to do with supply, isn't it?
He had a terrific he got down the line, it looked like he'd overrun it out of play, and he wrapped his right foot around it and got it, whipped it back in, and it was a terrific cross there. I thought he did really well.
Yeah.
In
And
fact,
it looked like it was the beginning of big things for Barnsley tonight.
Yeah.
But he hasn't got the support as quick as he would like to, I don't think.
And Lineker hasn't really been...
Well, again, I don't think there's been the support where Platt.
As they say in the Houses of Parliament, would you agree with me, Mr. Venables, that
Depends
we
on
have
what you
lost
say, Jim.
we have lost control? Well, the honourable member for Tottenham, we've lost control of the middle of the field, and that is one thing that has to be put right.
We have very little middle of the field at the moment.
Well, I don't know how do you put it right. I mean, that's the best team out there, isn't it?
Trevor said put another midfield player on and take a chance that the tall men can deal with them at the back.
Yeah. So that's the answer, you reckon?
We don't know what the answer is. I know that I've been reported as saying that Ireland are going to win this match. I mean, I look like a good guesser on the way the game's gone so far, but I never have thought so.
Yeah, what do you think will be the outcome now, then?
I hope Graham Taylor will be earning his money, get the England team together, make it a more balanced side, and produce the result that we want. But of course you don't, because you were born in the Republic of
Well, we
Ireland.
mustn't say that. I'm impartial. This job you have to be absolutely impartial. Now, we've got to go to the 9 o'clock news, and they don't like it at 9:05. So we better go music from the band.
Teams come back out of the dressing room for the second half. I think we're going to see that Graham Taylor has made a tactical change, because we've had information from down there that Tony Adams is going to be taken off and Lee Sharp of Manchester United is going to come on. So as we await confirmation that Lee Sharp does go through the picture there, it looks as though that's what's happened, in which case Trevor Brooking, you read it as quick as anybody in the stadium. I would think that was definitely what you thought ought to happen.
Well, purely because there's no point in playing the sweep of the way. The Irish were pressurising the English defence. The sweeper, which in that half was Mark Wright, was really taken out of the game. So let's put the extra man into the midfield, whether it be Jeff Thomas or Lee Sharp. Lee Sharp, who's in such superb form. There he is, chatting to Brian Robson, who's trying to settle him down and probably saying, let's go out and show him, do what you've been doing all season for Manchester United. What an opportunity for the youngster.
And what a week for him too. He was voted the PFA Young Player of the Year on Sunday night. On Monday he was promoted from the under-21 squad, which he thought he was part of, to the full England squad. Then he was named on the substitutes bench when Graham Taylor finalised his selection this morning. And now, at half-time in this vital game, he comes on at the age of 19 with quite a responsibility, because England will be looking to him, as you said, to provide some width and to change the pattern of the game, because Tony Adams is off. We're back to a normal back four, if I can call it that, of Wright and Walker in the middle. And